DorkLair.
Welcome to another DorkLair action figure review. Today I'm taking a look at the Mythic Legions Gwendolyn Heavensbrand, a member of the Order of Aetheron. Gwendolyn was released in the advent of Decay wave, and wow, I am really kicking myself for not getting this figure sooner. One of the reasons why I'm doing this particular review is because I want to try to showcase some figures that are actually still readily available that you can go on and get for the general retail price of the $50. And so Gwendolyn is still out there. You can get her on Big Bad Toy Store. I'm sure you can find her on eBay for pretty close to that price as well. So as a figure that's still readily available, I kind of want to weave those in a little bit more to my reviews, even though this is kind of an older figure. But man, this is a great figure. I will say this off the bat, I'm missing the head without the helmet on it. I don't have the unmasked head. I bought this like secondhand. And big shout out actually to Travis, who is a local guy who I met in town and purchased some stuff off him for a really good deal. He's got his own channel, Wicked Globalists, on YouTube that you can check out. It's not really figures and stuff. It's more like video games and reactions, but he's also WG Collectibles on Instagram. So yeah, so go check him out. But yeah, thanks again, Travis. I really appreciate that, man. But yeah, so this figure's fantastic. I actually think I like it better than I like Gadriel, who I reviewed very recently and really love as well. Mostly because of the armor. The Gadriel unmasked head is incredible. But the armor on this one I actually like more. And I could almost see like a kit bash, like maybe take Gadriel parts, like the head and the wings, and throw it on this. Would make a really cool figure. But yeah, so great figure. Let's get into this review. So we've got your standard Mythic Legions packaging. There's the bio right there. She's pretty much a badass. Her brother is the leader of the Order of Aetheron, and he's more of a power type guy, like an optimist and all this stuff, but she's just like hardened and ready for battle. So yeah, so typical Mythic Legions package. All right, so starting off with the sculpt, paint, and details. One of the highlights of this figure for me is this helmet with the swing down shield here. But it's just a really cool look, both up and down, which can be kind of tricky for them to pull off, but I think they've done it really well here. And it's making me very excited for, I forget her name, but in the Aerithyr wave, there's a female knight warrior type character who's got like a big cat mask that swings down like this. So I forget her name though, but massive plume. I almost feel like the plume is like kind of too big. The thing is humongous, but the colors are great. And it's sculpted well. It's got like a feathery look to it, so looks pretty good. The face itself is painted really well. It always amazes me, like, the price that they sold these on pre-order was $35, and I'm always impressed at what they can do at that price for their paintwork. And then the armor's just beautiful. I just love the gold with the purple and a little bit of silver accents in here, and it runs throughout the entire armor. Just very consistent throughout. Just an awesome looking figure. All right, let's get her next to a few other characters. Starting off, here she is next to Gadriel and Lucretia. And then here she is next to the sort of 1.0 style Deluxe Knight, and then her wave mate, the Vampire Knight, which is actually starting to get kind of hard to find now because I think it's sold out on the retailers, and that might be a tricky one to find now, that Vampire Knight, but it's a great figure. And then here she is next to a couple of green guys in different scales, few enemies for her to fight. On the left, we have the Ogre Kurzog, and on the right, we have the Goblin Nubnik. Finally, bringing in a couple warrior ladies from a couple different lines, we have on the left, Captain Phasma from the Bandai Tamashii Nations Movie Realization Samurai line, and on the right, we have the Mezco 112 Collective Wonder Woman. For accessories, she comes with this massive two-handed sword painted in her same color scheme. Looks fantastic and matches up with her really well, and you really get the sense that she is just as badass as her bio says when she's wielding this thing. Huge sword, pretty awesome. But she also comes with sort of a regular sword that she can wield with one hand over here too. And finally, she has the shield. I love this type of shield. I think this is probably my favorite shield shape that they have, the classic sort of knight shield. And then it's got the Aetheron Legion emblem on the front. It does have a hand. Once they went over to the Advent of Decay wave, they switched from wrist clips to handheld pegs, and that peg actually comes right off. And of course, technically, the shoulder armors are removable, the strap is removable, and the plume is also removable. So those can sort of be considered accessories as well. And again, she does come with that other unmasked head sculpt, which I don't have, but quite frankly, I don't think I'll ever pose her with that anyway if I did have it, so it's no big loss to me anyway. Finally, for the articulation, this is a standard 2.0 body, so this is going to be pretty much the exact same articulation as my last review, which was Gadriel. This is a first release Advent of Decay figure, and they are very notorious for having loose joints, so you're going to see a lot of looseness here as well, but that's an easy fix. Anyway, so again, the face shield is articulated, her head is on a ball joint. Okay, and you can cock it back and forth and spin it all around. These are on pegs that can swing up to give her room to bring her arm up and then back down, and her arm can swing all the way around. Then you have a single jointed elbow, and the elbow can swivel. The wrist also has a hinge and swivel. Unlike the 1.0 bodies, the 2.0 have a ball at the top. So there's a break at the mid-torso, and there's a ball joint up top there. They don't have a ball joint at the waist like the 1.0 do, but they do have a swivel there. She can kick way out into the splits. There's a swivel at the top of the thigh. She can kick forward. She can kick back. She can bend her knees just about 90 degrees. There's a twist at below the knee. And then the foot can spin all the way around. And then it can point down, it can point up, and there is a pivot as well. Really wide, really extreme pivot on these. So yeah, I mean, this is a pretty awesome figure. This one's all about that paint job on this armor. I really love the look of her. She's just a fantastic figure. Again, kind of loose joints, very common thing that happened with a lot of the Advent of Decay wave. So, you know, just be aware of that. If you buy an Advent of Decay figure, you might have to do the old floor polish or nail polish or some kind of polish trick to get the joints the way you really want them. But she's great. Fantastic release. Again, big shout out to Travis for hooking me up with the awesome figure. And until next time, may the force be with you.